Last week on Build on Blockchain, we looked at how smart contracts are cutting out paperwork and intermediaries to deliver faster, fairer services, especially in critical areas like climate-linked insurance. This week, we turn to the foundation of all digital services, identity. With Aadhaar and DigiLocker already in place, can blockchain and decentralized identity solutions take India's digital infrastructure to the next level? Joining me now is Nikhil Verma from Algorand as we explore how this convergence could make identity more secure, portable, and citizen-controlled. So coming back to identity and KYC. So identity, you said, is in any case a starting point, which has to be authenticated. How about KYC? I mean, do smart contracts play a role in KYC or do they ride off KYCs?
I think KYC is embedded in the identity rather than in the smart contract. Right? The construct of identity in blockchain world has different facets. There are many people who will say, we want decentralized ID, which is essentially a Web3C standards of identity, which talks about a person having different forms of identity and having verifiable credentials. But, coming to the context of India, right, we have something which is Aadhaar. Yeah. And Aadhaar could be one of the basis for creating the identity of the person, and then things could be abstracted or stored behind that Aadhaar. So we can have a wallet which could be created for every citizen who has an Aadhaar, and then that person could collect different pieces of identity in that wallet, and then based on whoever they want to share the data with, they could share. That identity could have on their land records, like, talking about land insurance, suppose. That could have their land record. Now, when somebody is buying insurance, you could check their land records and say, hey, whether they are even eligible to buy this insurance, right? So I feel that a smart contract should be decoupled, but yes, there could be constructs where smart contract could help with the identity formation also.
Right. So again, from an India perspective, I think we are now familiar with 2 or 3 kinds of identity constructs. So Aadhaar we are familiar with, that's a biometric based ID, which is authenticable virtually, as in I can authenticate it from wherever. That in turn links to, let's say, banking transactions, other forms of, let's say, real-time authorizations or authentications. So that's one kind. Then India has created the digital the stack, the India stack, which has, among other things, the DigiLocker. So the DigiLocker has, in turn, various other identity portraits. For example, it could be our permanent account number, which is linked to our income tax payments or filings. It could be linked to our driver's license or driving license. Increasingly, even governments, state governments or provincial governments can link their education record. So, for example, my graduation degree, I could pull into the DigiLocker. And all of this allows me to access it. And the law is already enabled to say that tomorrow, if a policeman stops me on the road, I don't have to show my old physical license. I can now show my license in DigiLocker. And by law, the policeman or person is supposed to accept it. So this is what we are familiar with. So tell us about how this world now connects with the blockchain world, connects with this from a user perspective.
So from a purist perspective, purist blockchain is a very decentralized world, right? You will talk about no centralization. Over here, still DigiLocker is a government control system. But, a pragmatic approach to things is where we can converge and make sure that all the solutions that we build are complied with the law of the land, right? So the first thing for us is if we are able to connect DigiLocker and Aadhaar with our blockchain-based systems, we will be able to create magic in India, right? Now, one of the things that, DigiLocker also gives, which is very analogous to what blockchain also has, is your wallet is under your control. Your DigiLocker is under your control, right?
Mobile phone.
In your mobile phone, right? You can decide to share a document from your DigiLocker through your digital signature to someone, which is essentially saying that this document is authentic, right? Same logic in blockchain. I have something in my wallet which has a hash, right? And I share with you, you compare the hash, those 2 documents are authentic, right? So what if we combine the 2, right? Now we have the government recognized system and we create a token architecture in a blockchain-based system. So now I will be able to demonstrate to you, suppose, you are looking to help me get a loan, yeah? Now you have to, I'm talking about people who are doing the last mile in supporting loan, helping people to get loan, right? What is the biggest challenge for them? They don't know what these people have, right? If I'm able to see their wallet, not their data, their wallet, and get to know what all documentation is available with them and what all documentation is not, and be able to help them get that documentation, that would be a game changer, right? And this is where we marry blockchain with the India Aadhaar and DigiLocker. Well, this is just one simple use case.
This segment was part of our special coverage Build on Blockchain and brought to you in partnership with Algorand.